Energy flow in ecosystems. All energy in an ecosystem originates from the sun. Producers obtain energy through the process of photosynthesis. Consumers obtain energy by eating other organisms. Only 10% of available energy gets passed from one organism to another. And this is called the rule of 10. Producers have 100%. The organism that feeds on them only gets 10%. The organism that feeds on them gets 1%, so on and so forth. Energy is obtained by producers from the sun through the process of photosynthesis. Food chain shows the path of energy from organism to organism. The arrows show the direction of energy flow. We're going to fill in this food chain on your notes page. We always start with producers. They're your base. Without producers, there's no food chain. So the direction of energy flow. The grasshopper, which feeds on the grass, is the first level consumer or primary consumer. So the energy flows from the grass to the grasshopper. The mouse is the second level consumer or secondary consumer. It's going to get its energy from the grasshopper. The snake is the third level consumer or tertiary consumer, and it's going to get its energy from the mouse. So we have 100% from the producers. They make their own food. The grasshopper will get 10% of that energy. The mouse will get 1% of the energy from the grasshopper, and the snake will get 0.1%. So you're going to create your own realistic food chain using the organisms listed below. Choose one producer and 3 consumers and label each organism. Food webs are many overlapping food chains linked together. More realistic diagram of the relationships that occur within an ecosystem are food webs. They also contains many more organisms than a food chain. A predator from one food chain may be linked to the prey of another food chain. Identify 3 food chains that are contained in this food web. I will start. Here's our producer. This rabbit is going to feed on the grass. The snake is going to feed on the rabbit. Then the hawk is going to feed on the snake. That is one food chain. Another one would be the grass, mouse, snake, and then hawk. Another one, grass, mouse, hawk. And finally, grass, rabbit, hawk. So our hawk is our tertiary consumer. Okay, here they are written down. Create your own realistic food web using some of the names of the organisms listed below. Be sure to draw arrows, and remember, the arrows are in the direction of the energy flow. Okay, so here is a food web here. We have flower, and the leaves are our 2 producers here. Okay, and there are many chains all right, linked together in this food web. Energy pyramids show the amount of energy moving from one feeding level to another. Producers are located at the bottom. Top level consumers are located at the top. The amount of energy available decreases as you move up the pyramid. Here's an example. Producer at the bottom, grass, then there's mice, snakes, owls. Fill in the energy available at each level of the energy pyramid. We're going to start with 10,000 kilocalories at the producer level. Remember, only 10% of available energy gets passed to the next level. So if we start with 10,000 here at the producer level, 10% of that would be what? That is correct. 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. Then only 10% of the 1,000 will be passed up to the snakes. Right, that's 100. And only 10% of 100 will go to the owls. Correct, that is 10. All right, so we have 6 questions here. You're going to write them in your notebook. What would happen if the population of snakes decreased rapidly? Number 2, is it possible for a food chain to have an infinite number of links? Explain. Question 3, examine the food chain below. Is the food chain accurate? Explain. Question 4, according to the food web below, which organism feeds on the largest variety of organisms? In question 5, identify the organisms that would be considered primary consumers. Question 6, convert the energy chain below into an energy pyramid.